This episode is brought to you by my clothing brand, Son of Man. You can go check it out. Season 2, we just launched it through the show notes in the description, or go to sonofmanskate.co.nz and check it out. Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode number 5 of the Son of Man podcast. And in today's episode, we're just going to be talking about me, talking about my story, talking about how I got here, talking about what I've been up to, just sort of give you guys a bit of background about who I am and where I grew up. So let's do it. And actually, I almost forgot, as I've been saying for the past few episodes, if you guys could help me out, please go leave a 5-star review wherever you listen to this, whether it be Spotify, whether it be Apple Music, or leave a like on YouTube. Just wherever you're listening, please give a 5-star review. Help me out get to that new and noteworthy section. Let's go. And if you want to take one more step, you can take a screenshot of this podcast, chuck it up on your story, chuck it up on your Facebook, wherever it is that you're using, chuck it on your TikTok. Nah, don't do that. But just spread the word. That'll help me out a lot. But anyway, now let's get into it. So going back all the way to the beginning, I was born here in Lower Hutt, Wellington. Pretty chill place, pretty cool. I'm a fan, but got 2 parents, obviously. I don't know why I had to point that out, but 2 brothers, both way older than me. One's 29 this year, next one's 27, and it's me down at 19. Like I was straight up an accident. Like I told you, I'm going to reveal the curtains, pull the curtains back. I was an accident, and I'm all good. It's funny, like I get teased about it all the time, but it's actually like pretty funny, and I'm pretty cool with it. So all chill. Thinking about my childhood, like the main memories I have as a kid, we're talking like primary school area here, sports, probably like I played every sport you could even think of, and I was decent at them. I wasn't like the best at any of them, but I was like solid at all of them. And so I literally played everything. We're talking rugby, we're talking football, we're talking basketball, we're talking t-ball, which is like softball, but like no one actually pitches it, you just hit it off a tee, which was real buzzy. And then the year I was going to go into softball, because we don't really have baseball here in New Zealand, the year I was going to go to softball was that when I gave that up. I also did gymnastics. I went hard in that. I was actually like did all the competitive stuff. I was like literally a kid when I did it, though. I don't really remember it much. It was when that started to go to like 5 trainings a week. That's when Mum's like, yeah, like if you want to like give something up, you know, you can do that. But that's because I was also doing other sports at the same time, like maybe basketball. What do they call basketball as a kid? Yeah, like mini ball. I think there's a mini ball for like all the little kiddies playing basketball. They'll give you like this bracelet, and it had a colour, and on the other team there'd be someone who had the same colour as you, and you could only mark them. Like you literally could not mark someone else. There was no defensive strategy there whatsoever, but it's basically to stop the kids from all just guarding the ball and trying to get the ball, which kind of makes sense. But that's what they did for basketball back in the days. I did rugby, I did football, horse riding. I did horse riding. That was just a bit of fun. Go out to this like real like random place like in the middle of nowhere, ride some horses up a hill, do the jumps, go swimming on the horses. That was real buzzy. That's why I was real small when I did that, but that was fun. I don't really remember it too much, but the sports I stuck with was basically basketball. That's like my main sport going into high school. But we won't go there yet. Sticking with primary school. The things I did in primary school, basically, I like this one best friend, Dylan. We'll go to his house like every day, like literally every day. And what we do there, we'll just hang out on trampoline, bit of PlayStation. We played Skate a lot. We played Skate 3, like on the PlayStation, not in real life. I mean, we did skate, but I was pretty crap at it. He was pretty good. We played a lot of Skate on PlayStation. That was mean. What else do we play? I don't know. What was nostalgic back in primary school? I remember watching when I stay home, having like the Vegemite toast, because apparently that's like the only thing my mum would make me, and crackers, like when my stomach was real random. Had that, watching like Ben 10 on TV, watching Pokemon, like all the bangers back in the day. But yeah, that's when I started near the end of primary school, probably was when I started getting into games like Call of Duty, like on PS3, like Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1. That might have been high school at the start of then, because the high school I went to was also intermediate, so from year 7 to year 13. But my memories of primary school were probably, it was just kind of boring, to be honest. Like we just didn't do too much. Like every day was the same. We'd have a maths section, we'd have a writing section, we'd have a reading section. I don't remember anything else. Then we'd probably just play a game. Anytime we go outside, that was like the favourite part. Like that's all I really remember of primary school, just going outside and playing games, playing Foursquare or handball, whatever you call it. That's my main memories. Then going home, playing Tony Hawk, playing Skate 3 on the PS2. Oh, bro, like literally had like nothing to worry about, and it was sick. But coming out of that goes to high school, because as I said, it was a like intermediate and a high school all in the same school, and it was an all boys school, Hibs. It was actually mean. I actually love school. I remember going in knowing that it was a boys school and being like, damn, how am I supposed to meet someone, going to a boys' school? But then, bro, that's literally like not a priority for me, especially in school. Like, if you're like looking at dating school, like it's just not a priority as much as people make it out to be. Like, to be honest, like it's just not worth it. It's just you just don't need to do it. But yeah, going into high school, that's probably had like my favorite memories, and I've got a document of like content brainstorm and like stuff of episodes I'm going to do in the future, and I wrote down like high school stories as I was like coming up with the notes for this episode. And so I'm thinking I haven't got anything planned at the moment, but I might just go through the brain, find all those memories, all those stories we got from high school, and go deep into that. But what I was interested in high school, we had to start off when we started from like year 7 to 9 to 10ish is when they kind of like choose like most of the subjects for you. So you have to do a little bit of everything, a little bit of science, a bit of maths, a bit of English, a language. There may be like an artsy thing like performing arts or visual arts, depending on what you're into. But as I progressed my way through, got into a bit more serious side of high school when we get like actual exams and stuff, the things I was interested in and the subjects I chose were more businessy ones and music. So in year 13, I took a study period. What did I do? I took stats because you had to take a maths one. Dropped English that year. Didn't do any science. Dropped that as soon as I could. And then just did all three commerce papers. So economics, accounting, and business studies. And did a music class as well. So that's what I did in my last year. And then in year 12, I did English as well, because I think you still had to do it in year 12. But as I mentioned in episode 3 of this podcast, in year 12 is when I started Son of Man. Oh, that's when I sort of had the idea of it and started working towards it. But all through high school, I had a few business ideas that I was just running. All stuff online, stuff like the YouTube channel. I didn't even plan on talking about this. Damn, I forgot about that. I had like a gaming YouTube channel, which you can it's still on YouTube. It's Suffer YT. I don't know if I'll leave a link to it or not, but straight up like SUFFERYT. I forgot about that. That was like, but I got to about 700 subscribers. I've lost a few now because I haven't uploaded in like a year. But I had all sorts of things. I like this YouTube network, which is like originally back in the day on YouTube was you had to go through a network to get monetized. And so I made my own one. And I got quite a few channels on it. I was actually starting to make a little bit of money. But then YouTube changed their policy and they got shut down. And then YouTube does it differently now. So that kind of just stopped happening. Did some drop shipping. If you guys have heard of that, it's basically you sell stuff and then when people buy it, you just buy it from China and ship it to them. It's kind of crap, but that's a strategy that people are using still to this day. It's still a thing. I still see it on YouTube and Facebook ads and everything. And also in high school was when I first got my part-time job, which I'm still working at McDonald's. When I first started working there, I was working like 3-hour shifts. I'd work like 5 hours a week, maybe 8 hours maximum. And now it's at more like 30, and I've got a bit more responsibility there now at my job. But I'm basically just there because it works perfectly with uni, and because I'm studying and working. McDonald's are really good for like letting you work specific hours compared to like a 9 to 5 job where I wouldn't be able to do that and go to university at the same time. Whereas at the moment at McDonald's, I'm starting at 6 a.m. and then finishing whenever I say I'm available to, and then just go to uni in the afternoon, and it works out perfectly. And so speaking of uni, I'm currently in my second year doing commerce, doing a Bachelor of Commerce. It's alright, some stuff's interesting every so often, but overall not really. As I said before, I think I've learned more from running this business, Son of Man, my clothing brand, than I have from actually studying anything at uni or school or anything. So if you want to learn about business, my recommendation is go get a job, earn some money, and put it into a business and just do it practically. And then obviously here we are, my current situation, obviously at uni, at Macca's, but probably to be honest, probably my main priority right now is the Son of Man business, the podcast, and like the clothing brand and everything. That's my main priority right now. What I've been focusing on is it's a long-term strategy. Definitely not made money yet. Definitely not profitable, but definitely long-term. My plan is like, as long as I can get it profitable and earning like some decent money by like in like the next few years. Maybe I was gonna say 5 years, but that's actually quite a long time. I've only got a year and a half left of uni, hopefully. So hopefully by then we're starting to see some profit, and then I can just go all in. I won't have uni, just working. Maybe if I'm not at uni, I probably don't need to work at McDonald's. I could probably get like a bit more of a high paying job, and then work on Son of Man on the side, working those two until Son of Man gets to the point where I can quit my job wherever I'm working. And that's kind of the plan at the moment, is to finish uni and sort of doing part-time McDonald's, part-time Son of Man, and then graduate from uni, go hard at work and Son of Man, focus on those two. And then when Son of Man gets to the point where I can quit my job and do this full time, that's sort of like the 5-year strategy plan. And buy a house, hopefully. We'll see. I don't know where the financials are at with buying a house and where the market's going to be at, but that's sort of the plan for the next few years. And that's a bit about my childhood, a bit about me. As I said, I'm probably going to go deeper into some of the sections of my life, mainly high school. That's because probably that's where I have the most stories, the most funny and interesting stories to talk about. So those might make some appearances in the future episodes. How long have we been running for? Going for like 13 minutes. Okay. But I probably don't have much else to say. That's probably like the brief overview of me. If you have any questions, shoot them over sonofmanskate@gmail.com, or just the best way is probably just send me a DM on Instagram, Son of Man Apparel. Actually, I changed the name to Son of Man Apparel, so check it out on Instagram. There'll be a link in the show notes down below, or wherever you can watch this. But as I said at the start of the episode, please leave a review of this podcast. It would really help me out. Try and get on that new and noteworthy section. So do your boy a solid, take a screenshot, chuck it on your story, and I will shout you out. Both ways, whatever you do, if you leave a review or take a screenshot, I'll give you a shout out on Instagram. But that's probably about it all for this episode. So thank you guys so much for rocking with me. I have 3 new episodes coming out next week, so make sure to subscribe to stay tuned for those. And I'll see you guys next week. Peace out.